My booty be packing, right, Pop Pop? Right? Don't say anything if you agree. She looked away, this bitch! Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Giri's Kitchen. This week we're going to be making Korean food, and it's going to be gamjatang or Korean pork bone soup. It's really yummy, it's really warm, especially with winter coming. I just really want to eat something that's really like a big hug into my tummy. So we're going to be making 3 side dishes along with pork bone soup. I think it's going to be really delicious. So let's just jump into the cooking now. Let me fill my thing with water because I'm going to have to start boiling my pork. It's going to take a little bit of time because there's a lot of pork. I actually pre-soaked my pork the night before. For when you're working with pork neck and pork ribs and things like that, these types of meats tends to have a lot more blood than like a lean pork loin or whatever. So I like to, when I'm using like soups and stuff, I like to actually pre-soak my meat just to make sure that all the blood and impurities come out, or as much as possible, so that when I'm actually starting cooking and blanching the meat, it makes the whole process a lot easier. But I would highly recommend that you wash your meat at the very least, maybe for like a solid 30 seconds to a minute. Drain it like 5-6 times if you can. Really rub the meat down to get all the debris off of it, and then do this step that I'm doing right now. I started soaking my meat like last night, so it's been soaking for like 8 hours or something, more than that actually. She's carrying the channel. She just literally sits here, chat. If I just sit here, no one would be like, oh, Giri's carrying the channel. Wow. We're just blanching it. We're not actually cooking it. It's just to cook the blood out, so you can see a little bit of the foam that's like on the top here. We're just trying to cook that off. So we're gonna let that cook for another like 5 minutes or so, and then it's gonna run it under cold water and rub it down, rub the meat down again. There's a lot of meat rubbing when you're making soups like this, and then we're gonna start making the soup base. I rinsed out the meat. I washed the meat just to make sure that there's no extra like blood and little like bone chips and stuff hanging around. I also washed the pot just a little bit just to get rid of some extra scum. So now I'm gonna use my purified water instead, because now we're gonna start making the soup. This is about 3-4 pounds of pork neck bone. Generally for 2 people, you wanna aim for like 2 to 3 pounds. So I doubled that. So this is like almost 4, and I have enough to cover. Turn the heat back on. Okay, I'm gonna throw some things into the soup here to kind of help the soup along, to kind of get rid of some of that meaty stink that comes with pork and stuff. I'm gonna just do some slices of ginger and put that into the soup. Just nice big strips. You're not actually eating the ginger, so it's easy to fish out later as well. I have 5 dried chilies. They're kind of small. If they're big, then you can just do 4 big ones. I do 5 small ones. Okay, I'm gonna have 5 dried shiitake mushrooms. You don't have to pre-soak them, just put them in dry. I need my onion. I need green onions as well. So far I have chilies, dried shiitake, ginger, and this is all just aromatics to help get the stankiness out. These are done slicing. What else am I missing? 4 tablespoons of the doenjang, which is the Korean soybean paste. You can eyeball this. We're gonna boil this now for 90 minutes. So in the meantime, we'll do other things, and we can just top off the water as we go along. Okay, I'm gonna drop some onions in there too. Holy shit, this is boiling like crazy. Maybe I can start making like the other side dishes. I won't do this side dish just yet. I'll do the other side dishes first. I'm boiling some water for my eggs. Your ass farther than an IQ. Well, your nuts are uglier than your face. I nailed that one. You know how being smart feels like? Yeah, because I'm literally the smartest person alive.
Stop the cap.
I shower a lot, okay? It's been, what, like 5 days since my last shower, and I'm gonna be showering like on Friday. So I shower a lot. Smells like my wet ass sitting on leather. Why do you have swamp ass, Neon? You want to get that checked as well, okay? Maybe you should consider standing up once in a while. You can't even grow some ass. My booty be packing, right, Pop Pop? Right? Don't say anything if you agree. She looked away, this bitch! I separated the egg yolks, by the way, from the egg whites. We're just gonna make like a really tiny egg potato salad thing. So we're just waiting for the potatoes to boil and everything else. I wanna chop the eggs roughly. Let me try my potato salad that you guys don't get a taste of. Wait, it's yummy. then I can maybe do the next banchan, I guess. I'll boil some more water. Actually, I'm gonna cut some green onions for my potato salad, so it has some greenery in there. I'm gonna drop a big old handful of bean sprouts. This banchan is really easy. It's like literally the easiest Korean side dish you can ever make. Literally just boiled bean sprouts and like some salt and MSG and sesame oil, and that's literally it. I'm just squeezing the water really gently. Well, actually not that gentle, but I'm manhandling my bean sprouts right now. I'm trying to squeeze all the leftover moisture in there because I want this dry to the bone. I boiled, I squeezed it out. All you need is salt, MSG. Let me test out my meat, see if it's, well, it's not gonna be tender right now. It's still too early for that, but let's see if it's like barely okay. Oh, that's really good. Okay, we can start making the sauce and everything and do the last banchan. Sauce is actually quite simple. We need a lot of garlic. Okay, I need 6 tablespoons. 6 tablespoons fish sauce, half a cup of perilla powder. Attention guys, it's actually made from the seed of the plant of the perilla leaf, which is a very commonly seen leafy green or like a lettuce type looking thing. In Korean food, they often use it to like wrap their meats and stuff during barbecues and stuff. And it's very commonly used in pork bone soup to give it that nice nutty and also gritty texture. But be careful though, if you were to get perilla seed powder, it comes in many different varieties. So this is the one that you want where the skin has been hulled and it's been ground down to a powder, so it's very light in color. Okay, I'm gonna get a little, actually I'll get warm water instead. This is 1 cup of hot water. Oh, and just mix this a little bit so it's nice and even. And you wanna do this beforehand, you don't have to, but I think mixing it will have a better effect, so it's like more homogeneous before putting it in, but you don't have to. And some dashi powder as well. This is the base recipe that I'm following right now. I'm gonna taste it in a little bit, and then I'm gonna like add things if I think it's more necessary, or add more water, or this and that. So, okay, I'm gonna put the soup in, and then I'm gonna put in the cabbage, and this can boil for another like 30 minutes or so, so we're almost done. As long as the pork is like quite tender, I'm gonna take my mushrooms out, because I can start slicing this and put it back into the soup. And you can also pick out like the chilies and everything if you see it. Like these are optional. You don't have to keep these in here. These won't be good when you chew on them by accident. So if you see it, fish it out. And also the ginger as well, so you don't start chewing on it by accident. I think that should be good. I'm gonna let that boil. I'm also gonna add in the cabbage and also the potatoes and the bean sprouts. We still have a lot of extra things to add in. I'm gonna slice the mushrooms. Okay, I'm gonna put in the rest of the bean sprouts for some extra veggies. And the napa cabbage. The napa cabbage, I'm gonna cut it just a little bit so it's not so big. Let's do this way and this way. I like it nice and long. I prefer eating my cabbage where it's like nice, like noodle-like thingies, but that depends on you. If you want your cabbage a little bit smaller, you can cut it like smaller into like smaller chunks. That's what I prefer, so I'm gonna keep it like that. Oh, there's so much things going to the pot right now. Okay, I'm gonna cut the potatoes quite big because these are gonna be boiling for another like 30 minutes or so. So I have the 1 regular potato, I cut it in half. I prefer eating like from the restaurants, if you guys are familiar. Usually the potatoes are served 1 large chunk along with like 2 or 3 really big pieces of ribs. So that's how I'm gonna cut it, exactly like how the restaurant does it, I guess. And that's the way that I prefer it anyways. So I'm just gonna squish all my potatoes in there. Okay, I'm gonna put all these in, have a taste, see if I need to alternate any of the flavors. Nom, 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 nom. It's not very salty. I feel like it's missing something. Okay, I'm gonna add in a bit more bean paste because I think it could use a little bit more umami, I guess, and also a little bit more gochujang. I want a bit more sweetness as well. I feel like it's not sweet enough. And we're gonna be putting a little bit of sesame oil on the panjang as well. We're gonna make the panjang now. I think by the time the panjang is done, roughly, I think the soup should be done as well. For the seafood pancake, I'm gonna process the veggies first so they're ready to go. And then we're gonna make the batter really quick. This seafood pancake is a green onion seafood pancake. I'm just cutting my green onions in half, the bottom stalk of it, because the onions are a little bit thick on the bottom. And we're gonna be pan frying it as a pancake whole. Or not whole, but like half, I guess. So I'm gonna cut the onions just widthwise, just to separate the butt a little bit so it cooks a little bit more evenly. And I'm just gonna cut them in half. I'm gonna cut it in half lengthwise and then cut them in half widthwise. Let's do, instead of half, let's do thirds instead. So I have some shimeji mushroom that I cut the butts off, and I have the green onion. I'm gonna put it all in here so it's nice and neat. And we're gonna make the batter real quick. Oh, I have to peel the shrimp too. I have a little bit of shrimp. Because I have shrimp from the last cooking stream, or I think from the shrimp and grits, I'm only gonna use the shrimp for the seafood component. Normally, for this kind of seafood pancake, you would use like the mixed bag of frozen seafood, so like mussels, clams, shrimp, squid, things like that. But because I only have shrimp available because of the last cooking stream, I didn't wanna go out of my way to like buy another bag of seafood and waste it and stuff. So I'm just using shrimp. These are pre-deveined, so I don't have to worry about that. I need half a cup of flour, I think. Yeah, half a cup of flour. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of starch. Again, eyeballing it, but that looks like 1 tablespoon. And then, what else do I need? Salt, pepper, 1/4 cup of dashi. Okay, and what is it? Salt and pepper. Okay, I'm gonna get some pepper. So I just need 3/4 cups of water. I have my pancake. I'm gonna beat an egg first. This is my batter that I thinned out a little bit. This is about the texture you're looking for. And then we actually put in the green onions. Mix that in thoroughly. You don't have to put all of it if it looks like it's too much. You can just kind of eyeball it, but you do want like the majority of the onions to be there. And then I have my mushrooms, just mix that all in there. It should be more vegetable to batter. The batter should be very thin and barely there. You basically want to eat all vegetable and meat. So you're just gonna mix these. It's totally fine if it looks like there's way too many like vegetables and filling to the batter, because that's what you want. You want a really nice thin batter that spreads out so the edges are really crispy. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt maybe, just to make sure. Oh no, but we have the shrimp too. I think just a teeny weeny will be okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of oil to lube up my pan, and I'm gonna turn the heat on. So we're gonna do medium heat. We can adjust it as we go, but you wanna make sure your pan is nice and oily all over. Okay, I'm gonna put the batter down now and lay it nice and flat, and just adjust it, kind of move everything around if you think it's not good enough anywhere. If it looks like, or if it sounds like it's burning or cooking a little too quickly, just turn the heat down, which I think I will do. I want to make sure almost all the bits and pieces are touching the pan. And then while that's happening, I'm gonna lay down, before that, I'm supposed to put the egg down. So I have that 1 egg, I've beaten it up, and I'm gonna just pour it over. And this is gonna act as a binder, but also give it a little bit more substance beyond just the batter itself. It's gonna also fill in a little bit of the cracks of the extra stuff. And then I'm just gonna put the shrimp all in different places. And the moment of truth is when you start to flip it. I don't know if I'm gonna flip it well, but let's hope so. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Okay, everyone, don't look. Don't look at me, don't look at me. Let's assume that was like 100% successful.
No.
I'm gonna add a little bit of extra oil just to make sure it's nice and oiled on the bottom. And you don't have to cook for that long. I'm gonna put it on a lower heat, medium low, so I don't overcook the shrimp. And we're just gonna cook the shrimp until it's cooked, and then we're gonna flip it back again so it shows the prettier side. So this is the ugly side, and then we wanna show the prettier side. I gotta flip the pancake. Oh no. So I'm gonna cheat now. Watch how I cheat, okay guys? Cheating is not always a bad thing, it's about being smart. Okay, I'm gonna do, so I cut the heat off, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give Onibro the restaurant serving style one. And I'm gonna get some rice. Okay, I'm gonna have my purple soup. I'm gonna assume Onibro wants a potato, sprinkled with green onion. Onibro gets the pretty one already, okay? I'm gonna give myself the janky ass one. And I have my banchan. Let me mix my egg potato salad. Okay, and then I'll give Onibro some rice. And I will give you a separate bowl for the banchan. I will give you a separate, actually, you know what? Screw the banchan, just get the pancake. And then you can do everything else. How was it, Onibro? Did you try it? Damn, that's good. Is it? The pancake needs to be more crispy, okay, fair. Thumbs down, 9 out of 10. And here we have our completed dish. We made gamjaetang from scratch, Korean pork bone soup. Very, very warm, very, very hearty, very, very umami. The rib is perfectly full off the bone, still with a nice little tooth feel to it. We also made just 2 small side dishes of Korean potato egg salad and also a very standard bean sprout salad and a seafood pancake that's off the table right now, but it's there. Believe me, it is there. If you guys try out the recipe, let me know how it goes. I would love to know. What is your favorite comfort Korean food? I would also love to know. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell if you want to see more regular uploads from me, and I post very, very regularly. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye! Honestly shocked she wipes it. I wipe my ass, chat. You know what I do? I wipe my ass, I spray the bidet, and I wipe it again. That's how clean it is. Literally, you can drink a